We often overlook the impact of our relationships on our well-being, viewing them as just part of our daily lives. However, the quality of our relationships can actually be the most important factor in leading a happy and fulfilling life. Today we'll explore Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us about resilience, peace, and the significance of surrounding ourselves with people who truly respect and enrich our lives. Stoicism is not just about enduring hardship, it's also about recognizing what's truly beneficial for our inner peace and moral development. In this video, we'll discuss 12 signs that may indicate it's time to reevaluate certain relationships, possibly even considering walking away. It's not just about avoiding negative influences, it's about actively choosing a path aligned with wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Join me as we explore these insights, ensuring that each step we take leads not only to personal peace but also to a deeper understanding of living a good life, according to Stoicism. Whether you want to cultivate healthier relationships or find the courage to make difficult decisions, this discussion will provide you with the tools and perspectives necessary to transform your approach to interpersonal connections. Let's embark on this journey together, learning how to cut ties with grace and protect our most precious asset, our peace of mind. If you appreciate what we're doing here, the simplest free favor you can do for us is to hit the subscribe button. Also, please don't skip any part of the video to ensure you capture the full essence of the discussion we're about to have. 1. Consistent lack of respect. Respect is fundamentally woven into the fabric of any healthy relationship. It serves as the bedrock upon which all other interactions are built. In the realm of Stoicism, respect aligns closely with the virtue of justice, which calls for treating others with fairness and dignity. So, when we talk about the persistent lack of respect, we're addressing a critical violation of both interpersonal ethics and Stoic principles. Imagine constantly being treated without the basic courtesy you extend to others. It's akin to having your dignity chipped away piece by piece. This consistent undermining of one's dignity isn't just unpleasant, it's a signal that the relationship is out of sync with the Stoic aim of living a virtuous life. For Stoics, every interaction is an opportunity to practice virtues like wisdom and justice, and when someone repeatedly treats you with disrespect, they are not only harming your well-being, but also impeding your ability to live according to these principles. When we encounter such disregard in any form, be it through words, actions, or simply neglect, it's a stark indicator that something fundamental is amiss. Stoicism teaches us not to react with anger or resentment, which are natural but unhelpful responses. Instead, it guides us to respond with reasoned judgment and emotional detachment. This means recognizing the lack of respect for what it is, a deviation from virtuous living. It's not about casting blame or becoming embittered, but about understanding the impact of others' actions on our path to living a good life and deciding calmly and rationally whether those relationships should continue to play a significant role in our lives. Recognizing and addressing a consistent lack of respect isn't merely a reactive stance, it's a proactive measure to safeguard one's mental peace and moral integrity. It's about making a choice that aligns with Stoic values, choosing not to accept less than you deserve, and stepping away if necessary to remain true to your principles of living justly and with dignity. This isn't just self-protection, it's an assertion of your worth and commitment to the Stoic pursuit of virtue. 2. Negative effects on mental health. The people around us can have a significant impact on our mental well-being. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining tranquility, which means staying calm and undisturbed. This doesn't mean ignoring our emotions, but rather understanding and effectively managing them, especially when they are influenced by others. If you often feel anxious, depressed, or stressed because of someone in your life, it's a sign that the relationship may be doing more harm than good. Stoicism encourages us not only to endure hardships, but also to create environments that contribute to our well-being. Relationships that consistently drain your emotional energy or make you feel diminished can hinder your ability to live a peaceful and purposeful life. The Stoics believe that our well-being depends largely on our inner state rather than external circumstances. However, they also recognize that we have a duty to protect our inner peace from disruptive influences. Seneca, a prominent Stoic thinker, often emphasized the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and inspire us, and advised distancing ourselves from those who bring negativity into our lives. Reflecting on the impact of a relationship on your mental health isn't just about identifying negative emotions, it's about taking action to ensure you're not controlled by them. This may involve setting boundaries or even distancing yourself from those who consistently disrupt your peace of mind. By doing this, you're not just seeking to escape discomfort, but actively choosing a path that aligns with Stoic virtues, pursuing a life marked by rationality, emotional resilience, and most importantly, peace. When a relationship consistently undermines your mental health, it's a signal to reassess and potentially recalibrate your social connections. This isn't a failure to endure, but a strategic decision to foster a healthier, more harmonious life, which is the ultimate goal of Stoic practice. 3. Misaligned values. Core beliefs and values act as a compass guiding us through life, helping us make decisions that are in line with who we are and what we stand for. When these fundamental principles clash with those of someone close to us, it can lead to significant internal conflicts. Stoicism emphasizes harmony and personal integrity. This makes such misalignments not just inconvenient, but a serious concern. The Stoics taught that peace of mind comes from living a virtuous life in accordance with rational principles. When someone close to us lives by a set of values that conflict with our own, it challenges our ability to maintain this peace. For example, if honesty is a core value for you, but someone close to you often bends the truth, this fundamental discrepancy can create a persistent source of tension and discomfort. Over time, these conflicts can erode the trust and mutual respect that are essential for any healthy relationship. More profoundly, Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our associations and ensure they are conducive to our moral and personal growth. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of surrounding oneself with people who embody the virtues we aspire to. When our core values do not align with those of our associates, it can hinder our ability to progress as Stoics, as we may find ourselves compromising on these values or living in a state of constant ethical conflict. Addressing such misalignments involves a thoughtful examination of the relationship. It may require open and honest discussions where both parties can express their values and explore whether a mutual understanding or compromise is possible. However, if the gap is too wide, it might be necessary to reconsider the relationship's role in your life. This isn't about judging the other person as wrong, but rather recognizing that not every relationship serves the higher purpose of your personal and ethical development. Recognizing and addressing misaligned values is crucial not only for maintaining internal harmony, but also for ensuring that our relationships support our journey towards living a virtuous and fulfilling life. This alignment is central to the Stoic goal of tranquility and ultimately happiness. 4. Feeling constantly drained. In any healthy relationship, the exchange of energy should be revitalizing, not depleting. When interactions with someone leave you consistently drained, it's a significant indicator that the dynamics of the relationship may be misaligned with the principles of Stoicism, which values self-preservation through rational and harmonious living. Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining our internal energy and using it judiciously. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the value of being in relationships that are nurturing and reciprocal, rather than those that exhaust our emotional or physical reserves. When you find yourself feeling drained after interactions with someone, it is not just a minor inconvenience, it's a profound drain on the very resources you need to live a good, productive life according to Stoic principles. Feeling constantly drained can manifest in various ways, such as emotional fatigue, a sense of dread about upcoming interactions, or even physical tiredness. These symptoms suggest that the relationship is costing more than it provides, which Stoics would argue is unsustainable and unwise. According to Stoicism, every relationship should contribute to your well-being and help you progress towards becoming a better, more virtuous person. Taking action in such situations involves a thoughtful evaluation of why the relationship drains you. Is it due to a lack of mutual support, one-sided interactions, or perhaps the other person's constant negativity or demands? Identifying the root cause is the first step in deciding how to address the issue, whether it's through honest communication about your feelings, setting firmer boundaries, or in some cases, if the relationship proves irreparable, considering distancing yourself to preserve your peace and well-being. Managing these draining interactions isn't just about removing negativity from your life. It's about making room for more enriching, supportive, and meaningful relationships that align with Stoic ideals of mutual respect and personal growth. Each relationship should enhance your life, not detract from it, allowing you to thrive and contribute positively to the lives of others around you. 5. Manipulation in Stoicism, the pursuit of authenticity and clarity is crucial. These virtues enable us to live in harmony with our true selves and the world around us. Manipulation, however, goes against these principles. It distorts reality to benefit the manipulator at the expense of the manipulated, leading to decisions that may not be in your best interest and clouding your judgment. Manipulation in relationships can involve subtle psychological tactics that are hard to detect. It could be as overt as deceit or as subtle as guilt tripping or gaslighting, where reality is twisted and your memories or perceptions are called into question. For Stoics, this is a significant problem, as they emphasize the importance of seeing things as they truly are, without external distortions. When someone manipulates you, they are imposing their will and disrupting your ability to make reasoned judgments based on true perceptions. Dealing with manipulation requires a firm adherence to Stoic principles. Seek the truth, live with integrity, and maintain your autonomy. This might involve setting clear boundaries with the manipulator or becoming more vigilant about the signs of manipulative behavior. It is crucial to reaffirm your values and commit to actions that align with those values, rather than reacting impulsively to manipulative tactics. Confronting manipulation also involves the Stoic practice of reflection, examining the nature of the relationship and your responses to it. This reflective practice can help you understand whether the relationship can be salvaged through honest communication and a mutual commitment to change, or if it would be wiser to distance yourself. In Stoicism, the preservation of one's moral integrity and peace of mind often necessitates making difficult but necessary decisions, especially when it comes to protecting oneself from harmful influences. Freeing oneself from manipulative relationships is not just about escaping negative influences, it is about realigning oneself with the Stoic goal of living a truthful and authentic life. 6. Lack of trust. Trust is not just a component of a relationship, it is the very foundation upon which all relationships are built. In the context of Stoicism, trust aligns with the virtue of justice, which emphasizes fairness, honesty, and reliability, qualities essential for any profound and meaningful connection. Without trust, relationships are unstable, filled with doubts and insecurities that hinder genuine intimacy and connection. Stoicism teaches us to be dependable and truthful, not only because these are virtuous qualities, but because they foster an environment where trust can flourish. When trust is lacking in a relationship, it is often because these Stoic values are not being upheld. This absence can lead to a cascade of negative emotions and behaviors. Suspicion replaces openness, fear overtakes hope, and instead of moving forward together, individuals may find themselves constantly guarding against potential betrayal. Addressing the lack of trust involves returning to Stoic principles. It requires honest self-assessment and dialogue. Are my actions contributing to this lack of trust? Am I being as transparent and reliable as I can be? Stoicism encourages us to address these questions head-on, advocating for a return to integrity and straightforwardness as the path to rebuilding trust. If the trust issues stem from the other party, a Stoic might approach the situation with empathy and understanding, yet with the firmness to set necessary boundaries. This could mean initiating difficult conversations to uncover the root of the trust issues, or it might mean taking decisive action if those issues are found to be insurmountable. In some cases, maintaining your own peace of mind and adherence to Stoic virtues may require distancing yourself from relationships where trust cannot be restored. Trust is crucial not only for the health and sustainability of relationships, but also for the practice of Stoicism, which values the tranquility that comes from knowing you are in a reliable and secure relationship. When trust is absent, it's a clear signal to reevaluate and possibly recalibrate the dynamics of the relationship in accordance with Stoic ideals. This process is not just about fostering better relationships with others, but about being true to oneself and one's own philosophical commitments. 7. Abuse of any kind. Stoicism unequivocally condemns any form of abuse, whether physical, emotional, or verbal. These actions are antithetical to the Stoic commitment to treating all human beings with inherent worth and consideration. Abuse in any guise undermines the very essence of what it means to live a virtuous and meaningful life. In Stoic thought, enduring abuse is never seen as a requirement. Instead, Stoics advocate for the preservation of one's self-respect and personal well-being, above all. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of maintaining one's inner citadel, unbreached by external misfortunes and injustices, including abuse. This inner citadel represents our ability to hold firm to our principles and to protect our mental peace. Recognizing and addressing any form of abuse is critical, not only for the sake of personal safety, but also for maintaining mental health and dignity. The Stoic approach to dealing with such violations involves a clear and immediate distancing from the source of abuse. This is not about retaliation or harboring negative emotions, but about making a rational decision to remove oneself from harmful situations that violate Stoic principles. The process of distancing oneself from abuse also aligns with the Stoic practice of self-care, which is essential for fostering a life of virtue. It's about being proactive in preserving one's well-being, ensuring that one's environment and relationships contribute positively to one's moral and philosophical goals. If you find yourself in a situation where you are facing any form of abuse, it's crucial to take steps to protect yourself and seek help if needed. Stoicism doesn't just involve enduring hardship stoically, it also teaches the importance of acting wisely and courageously in the face of wrongful treatment, always with an eye towards safeguarding one's dignity and well-being. This might mean reaching out to trusted friends, family, or professionals who can provide support and guidance in taking the necessary actions to ensure safety and respect. 8. Absence of growth or mutual support. In Stoicism, personal and moral growth are not just encouraged, they are central to the philosophy's teachings about living a good life. Stoics believe that life is a continuous opportunity for improvement and learning, emphasizing the importance of supporting each other in our paths toward virtue and wisdom. When a relationship lacks growth or mutual support, it directly contradicts these Stoic ideals and can potentially stagnate personal development. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus often discuss the concept of synergia, or mutual cooperation, emphasizing the role of relationships in moral education and self-improvement. A relationship should be a mutual exchange where both parties challenge and support each other in becoming better human beings. This support involves actively contributing to each other's growth through honest feedback, shared experiences, and constant encouragement to adhere to one's principles. Feeling anchored in place while the world moves forward can manifest as a feeling of dissatisfaction, a sense that your potential is being curtailed, or a general malaise that things are not as fulfilling as they could be. In Stoic practice, such a scenario demands introspection and action, evaluating the causes of this stagnation and addressing them directly. Addressing the absence of growth and support might involve initiating open and honest conversations about your needs and expectations. It could also mean redefining the relationship's goals, or in some cases, recognizing that the relationship may no longer be conducive to your development. Stoicism teaches that sometimes the most courageous and reasonable action is to distance oneself from relationships that no longer serve one's higher purpose of living a virtuous life. Every relationship is an opportunity to practice virtues and to help each other advance towards wisdom and happiness. A relationship that fails to contribute to this goal might not just be a neutral factor in your life, but a hindrance that needs reassessment. Thus, recognizing and addressing the lack of growth and support is not only about seeking personal satisfaction, but also about aligning your relationships with your fundamental values and striving towards the Stoic ideal of a flourishing life. 9. Persistent selfish behavior. In the philosophy of Stoicism, relationships are viewed as key arenas for practicing virtues such as generosity, fairness, and reciprocity. A relationship is indeed a two-way street, a dynamic interplay between giving and receiving. Persistent selfish behavior in a relationship, therefore, stands in stark contradiction to Stoic ethics, which emphasize the importance of mutual benefit and support. This imbalance not only undermines the integrity of the relationship, but also hampers personal and moral development, which are core to Stoic philosophy. When one party consistently prioritizes their own needs and desires over those of the other, it disrupts the equilibrium necessary for any healthy partnership. Stoicism teaches us that virtue lies in balance and self-control in relationships. This translates to each person considering the well-being of the other as equal to their own. If a relationship is marked by persistent selfishness, it becomes a breeding ground for resentment and dissatisfaction, which can erode the bonds of trust and affection over time. Addressing persistent selfish behavior requires honest reflection and communication. Stoic practices would encourage individuals to express their concerns calmly and clearly, focusing on the impact of the behavior rather than casting blame. It's about initiating a dialogue that seeks to restore balance and encourage a more generous spirit within the relationship. However, Stoicism also recognizes the importance of self-respect and the autonomy of the individual. If efforts to restore balance prove fruitless, Stoicism advocates for the wisdom to recognize when a situation is beyond one's control and when it may be prudent to distance oneself from relationships that are fundamentally unvirtuous. In the Stoic view, every interaction is an opportunity to practice virtue. A relationship tainted by persistent selfishness is not just a personal challenge, but a philosophical one. It is an impediment to living a good life defined by mutual respect, support, and the continuous growth of all individuals involved. Recognizing and addressing such challenges is not only about ensuring personal happiness, but about adhering to a moral and ethical way of life that enriches oneself and others. 10. Destructive communication. According to Stoic philosophy, the way we communicate should be guided by rationality and wisdom. Communication in any relationship should be not only honest, but also constructive and uplifting. This is in line with the Stoic belief that our words should reflect our virtues, and that through our speech, we can either uplift and support others or degrade and undermine them. Persistent negative communication patterns, such as criticism, sarcasm, and belittling, can erode the pillars of respect and understanding that support a healthy relationship. When communication becomes consistently destructive, it does more than just cause immediate hurt. It can fundamentally alter how individuals perceive one another, eroding trust and affection over time. The Stoic approach to this problem involves a mindful examination of not only what is said, but also how it is expressed. Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions and choose our words wisely, ensuring they are in line with our principles of justice and kindness. This means actively striving to infuse our conversations with positivity and support. When disputes arise, addressing them with the intent to resolve conflicts and rebuild understanding, rather than to win the argument or belittle the other person. Addressing and transforming destructive communication requires a deliberate effort. It may involve setting specific goals for how to speak and respond in conversation, practicing active listening, or even seeking external help, like counseling, to improve communication skills. The Stoic practice of self-reflection is crucial here. It involves regularly assessing our own communication habits and considering whether they align with our ethical and philosophical goals. If efforts to reform communication patterns do not lead to improvement, Stoicism also recognizes the importance of protecting one's well-being. In cases where negative communication is unyielding and damaging, distancing oneself might be necessary to preserve personal tranquility and integrity. This decision, guided by Stoic wisdom, is not taken lightly but is seen as a necessary step towards maintaining a virtuous life unclouded by continual discord. Number 11. Disregard for personal needs. In Stoicism, the respect for personal needs and boundaries is seen as essential for maintaining both self-respect and harmony within relationships. Ignoring or trivializing these aspects can lead to significant imbalances, fostering an environment where disrespect and dissatisfaction thrive. Stoic philosophy advocates for clear communication and mutual respect as the pillars upon which healthy relationships should stand. When someone consistently overlooks or diminishes your needs, it sends a clear message that your well-being is not a priority within the relationship. This disregard can manifest as repeatedly overstepping boundaries, making unilateral decisions that affect both parties, or failing to acknowledge and validate feelings and preferences. Such behaviors not only undermine the trust and equality in a relationship, but also erode the individual's sense of worth and autonomy, key aspects that Stoics strive to protect. Addressing these issues involves first recognizing and affirming your own needs and boundaries. From a Stoic perspective, this is not about selfishness, but about self-care, ensuring that you are not compromising your moral and emotional well-being for the sake of keeping peace. The next step is to communicate these needs clearly and assertively to your partner or friend. This dialogue should not be confrontational, but rather approached with the intent to educate the other person about your needs and why they are important for maintaining a healthy relationship. However, if after these discussions, the disregard for your personal needs continues, it may be necessary to reconsider the dynamics of the relationship. Stoicism teaches the importance of surrounding oneself with people who contribute positively to one's life. If a relationship consistently fails to meet this criterion, creating more turmoil than tranquility, it might be wise to distance oneself. This is not an act of aggression or abandonment, but a measured decision to prioritize personal well-being and moral integrity, key tenets of a Stoic life. While Stoicism values social relations and supports enduring adversity with courage and resilience, it also emphasizes the importance of living true to one's principles. A relationship that fundamentally disregards an individual's needs is likely incompatible with the Stoic pursuit of a harmonious and virtuous life. 12. Absence of mutual accountability. In any relationship, mutual accountability is not just beneficial, it's essential. Stoicism teaches us that being accountable for our actions is a fundamental virtue. This mutual accountability fosters trust and respect, which are crucial for any strong, enduring relationship. When accountability is lacking, it can lead to a breakdown in critical relationship pillars, causing repeated misunderstandings and eroding the trust that forms the foundation of all healthy interactions. In Stoic practice, each person is encouraged to reflect on their actions and take responsibility for them. This includes acknowledging when one's actions have negatively impacted another and making amends where possible. The absence of this accountability in a relationship can lead to a one-sided dynamic, where one or both parties feel they are not being heard or respected. This imbalance is profoundly destabilizing because, in a Stoic sense, relationships should be a source of mutual support and growth, helping each individual to better align with their virtues. Addressing a lack of mutual accountability involves open, honest communication. It requires both parties to discuss their expectations clearly and to agree on what accountability looks like for them. This might involve setting specific standards for behavior, discussing the consequences of actions, and regular check-ins to ensure both parties feel supported and respected. However, if attempts to establish mutual accountability fail to yield positive changes, it might be necessary to evaluate the viability of the relationship. Stoicism does not advocate enduring harmful situations indefinitely. Rather, it suggests that we should seek out and maintain relationships that are conducive to our moral and personal growth. Fostering an environment where mutual accountability is prioritized is not just about maintaining harmony. It is about actively cultivating a relationship that respects the Stoic ideals of justice, wisdom, and courage. A relationship that consistently fails to demonstrate these qualities may not be in alignment with the Stoic path to a fulfilled and virtuous life. As we close this chapter of our journey together, remember, the wisdom of the Stoics isn't just ancient text. It's a living, breathing guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. Thank you for joining us today. Since you've made it to the end, share with us your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. See you soon.